Hey everyone, this is INFINITI and it is 10:42 a.m. on 9.9.2019. It is the Stargate today. I don't know about you guys, but I certainly have been feeling it for about at least 4 days now, pretty much since the 5th, and that's actually coincidentally, or not so much, when the Perseids meteor shower also started. It's also when we open up to the energies of this gate. So for those of us that are really tapped in and working with these energies 24/7, once they get to a certain point and we've crossed certain thresholds, we definitely feel a kickback from that energetically, and also gearing up towards the actual gate itself. So today is the gate. We crossed over last night. We are officially in the Stargate, ramping up our turning on our engines and boosters and throttling up and just gearing up, getting everything ready to go here for our ascension through this next 10 days. And there's a lot going on in September, you guys. And I was guided actually yesterday. Yesterday I spent most of the day meditating in astral and sleeping. It was really, really intense yesterday, to say the least. So before I got into my meditation yesterday, I was guided to pull some Dragon Fae cards, and that pretty much never happens. So that was interesting and different. Excuse me. Hold on one second. Okay, so actually was on my way to the bathroom, and I heard my guide say, "Take the Dragon Fae Oracle with you." And I was like, okay. I never take Oracle or Tarot cards into the bathroom with me. So that was interesting. And I just stood there ready to get into the shower, shuffling cards. Now, what was interesting is sometimes right when I do that, cards will just start falling. And I'm kind of like, is this big fat mess the actual pull, or should I shuffle again? And my guide said, well, yes and no. So just shuffle again. And just so you guys know, if that ever happens to you, it's 10:44 a.m. now. If that ever happens to you, just, if you're ever questioning like, oh, wow, look at all these cards that just fell out, that's a bit overwhelming. But then a couple catches your eye and you're like, what am I doing here? What should I do? Just put them all back and shuffle again. If they're meant to come out, they will. They always do. Always, always, always. And so you don't want to be playing with more than, or not playing, you know what I mean? You don't want to be working with more than you need, or more than, to confuse things, because sometimes actually it could be too much that comes out. So anyway, this first card came out with this first like little fall that happened, and then it was the first card that fell again. So we're going to get right into this, guys. I was, like I said, I was guided to pull cards. These are the cards that I pulled. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. And because I'm not sure just how much I'm going to get into with each of them, hopefully not too much. But with the dragons, it can get a little lengthy, because the book that actually comes with them is pretty detailed and beautiful and gives a lot of information. We get channeling directly from each of the Dragon Fae cards that we have and who's coming to us to speak, and that channeling that's directly in the book that it came with. And then I'll get my own information, and so it can tend to be a little lengthy. And so at first I thought, okay, I'm going to do this own separate thing. I kind of showed these cards in my Instagram. So there's an Instagram where you can see my post of the Dragon Fae Oracle. I don't say anything. I say I'm gonna get into it later in a post, but I was so tired, like I said, I slept most of the day yesterday, that I just didn't. I had nothing in me to get into this. I was elsewhere. And I even went to bed. I thought I was going to be up really late. I wasn't. I think I went to bed. I mean, I slept all day, woke up at 8 and went to bed at like 11. I mean, still, I just could not, I was just tired. I've been like this for days now. So, and I'm still like that today. So I'm really hoping that this doesn't last long so I can actually go back and lay down. It's really what I'm being guided to do before the astral today. So what this is about is going over these Dragon Fae Oracle cards prior to the first part of the astral today, the first part of the live today, because I don't want that to go super, super long. And I already have 5 cards just from the Dragon Fae. We're also going to be pulling Oracle from the Archangel deck and definitely some tarot. I'm not exactly sure. So I'm just trying to save time here. Hopefully people can listen to this prior to that. If not, just whatever. So we're going to get right into it. And we're going to start with Andel. So this is Andel, Emotional Flow, card number 24. And I'm going to read directly from the book, you guys. Okay, here we go. And Andel speaks. We're going to mark this at 6:30. People always imagine that we who are of the Dragon Fae have special powers that render us immune from sadness. Not so. From time to time, I have found my own sadness overflow, and it is at those times that I need to return to water to commune with that element's wisdom until I am calmed, soothed, and refreshed. At this time, I understand that there is a sadness and a sense that only after some time will you feel strong again. This sadness is held at the heart and solar plexus chakras and feels a little like a stone that has been swallowed, harsh and heavy inside your sweet self. Know that simply by going to a body of water, this can be your bath, a lake, river, pond, puddle, or even oceanic majesty, you will be soothed. Know that as water takes on the characteristics of the environment, so too will the Dragon Fae of the water come to you and gently dilute and dissolve the sadness that has weighed so heavily upon you. Also allow your tears to fall at this time. They are a beautiful way of reducing the high levels of stress chemicals within your body, and shedding them leaves you to feel softer and lighter. Take steps at this stage to protect and soothe, and know that all the spirits of water are your allies right now. So allow tears to fall, bathe in the waters of the goddess, and drink plenty of pure fresh water today. Notice how soothing this element is for you. I know this. I am of water, and although I am sad at this moment, this shall pass. The flow of water will move on, and I will move with it, feeling again inspired, happy, and at peace. For now, I know that water's presence is a true blessing, and I give thanks for her presence in my life. Your life swirls and flows like water. Keep moving to avoid stagnation and sadness. Sensitivity is yours and will be yours for this lifetime. But how you use this gift can either cause you pain or most wonderful pleasures. Please seek to allow your sensitivity to flow, as does water today. Okay, moving on here. Okay, about Andel. Andel is a sylph-like dragon fae being. Her heart is very, very open, and she feels things so very much. I'm like really tapping into her right now, you guys. It is really overwhelming. She tends to do this. And the more you try to fight it, the harder it is. So if you feel this overwhelming desire to start crying, that is Andel. And she really knows about all the little hurts and pains and sensitivities that we as empaths, whether we're angels or starseeds or fae in human bodies, or dragons, that we are extra sensitive and we feel things on a level that the others don't. And we tend to fill this up, whether we're aware of it or not. It's just kind of how things go. And if we're not really transmuting on a regular basis, this type of heaviness can get harder and harder to manage. The significance about Andel and these messages today on the Stargate is that this time in particular, right now, with the passing of Perseid's meteor shower, with Saturn going into retrograde, we're coming into the the full moon in just a couple of days on the 13th. And then we have the equinox on the 23rd. As I look at 23% on my computer's battery. So there's a lot going on, and please read the descriptions of the 2 videos that I have set up for the event tonight, because there's a lot of information in them. So I don't want to reiterate that here because I don't like to waste time. So you guys can just read that if you haven't already. Read the descriptions there. They are long, but a lot of good information as always. But anyway, we have a lot going on, and specifically designed right now in this Stargate to really help us energetically cleanse ourselves out of anything that is dense or negative, anything that's weighing us down in any way, anything that's causing any kind of disruption whatsoever. We want to get out. We want to go through this gate. We wanted to come into this gate as clean and clear as possible. And whatever is still left, it's gonna be dug up. Okay, you guys, it's being dug up right now. We're also piggybacking off of the last portal, which was the Lionsgate portal. Again, I go into this stuff in the description of the videos for today's event. So, okay, so it was just really hard to get through that without letting some emotion flow, because that is, knowing what else I'm gonna be saying here. And I've worked with Andel a lot. We all have, and especially in the last year, people really tapping in, understanding their emotions, people getting more into dealing and facing with emotions. And even for empaths, like a lot of empaths that I've met, especially before these last couple years, I would identify them as an empath, and they'd be like, no, because they see themselves as somebody really kind of walled up and strong, and they don't break down very easily and all this. And that's because they're an empath that's trained themselves to harden up in the best way possible, but it's not natural. And once we start to ascend more and more and more and more and more, we level up and go through these Stargates, and these times are specifically designed to let shit go, let things go, to bring up stuff that either we stuffed way, way down deep, either we didn't get rid of, either influences from all sorts of circumstances and situations, and just learned, programmed or being programmed, any thought forms or situational things, any false remembrances or memories, any implanted memories. There have been there has been false implants on a mass scale done before. So this is what a lot of people refer to as the Mandela effect. I'm not going to actually get into that right now, but that's just one facet of it. So there's a lot of stuff that's deep, as we know. The consciousness of humans and the energy body of humans are astronomically big and powerful and wide and deep, and what can be stored in these bodies is basically infinite to a certain degree. And so we're constantly transmuting, but there are certain things that we can keep for a very long time in our energetic body, in our spiritual body too, and in our physical body. So all of these bodies are working right now, especially up into the Stargate leading up into today. So basically since the 1st of September, and then we have the 9th, which we're at today, our Stargate day, and then more intense, that intensifies. And so Andel came through first and foremost yesterday, and I put her back in the deck, and she came back again. And I knew I was going to see her again when I stuck her back in the deck. She's like, yeah, I'll be back. I just knew it because I could feel it within the collective. And I just know, because I've done this a couple years now, that this is kind of how it goes with the September with the 9.9 gate, and it being the 9.9.9 this year is massive and huge, and it's just so much bigger than I can really drive home. I try to, but it's difficult. So anyway, so you guys, if you're feeling extra emotional today, if Andel is really kind of, getting in there and softening you up, this is a good thing. Please let it flow. I always feel better after she comes in to remind me, it's really okay to be sad about stuff, and that not everything is perfect the way you would like it to be, even though you consciously may know everything is exactly the way it is. We're still human. I keep saying that over and over again in everything that I do and say. We're still human, and we have human hearts and human emotions, and we're in this human body, and we're just learning how to use it and deal with things and work with our own systems, our own minds, our own understanding, and then everybody else doing their own thing too. It's not easy. These lives are not easy. They're beautiful, complicated, interesting, multifaceted, magical lives, but they're not easy. And we wouldn't be here doing them if we couldn't handle them, but we have to handle them. We can't have it handle us. And for a lot of people, that's exactly the situation. And I'm just going to say it again before I dive back in here, you guys, that, us here on ground level and us also on the other side, we're here to do a lot of work for ourselves and for the collective, and to try to drive home the point that things can be so much easier, but we have to work and pay attention and step outside of ourselves and lean on each other as well. All right, I'm going to get back to this. She's like, yeah, you got further than we thought. I'm going to start this over again. About Andel. Andel is a sylph-like dragon fae being. Her heart is very, very open, and she feels things so very much. A natural empath. She connects with others deeply, and this can lead to her sadness. However, mainly she weeps for the ways she sees us hurting each other, and she knows that it is no longer necessary for human beings to believe in so much lack and pain. She knows that sensitivity is a gift, and she wishes to demonstrate this to you by allowing you to see her sadness and weep, and see how her sadness and weeping cleanses her. Here I go again. She does that through you, by the way. She's often known as an angel, and her presence is one of great gentleness and lightness. She helps those who have not cried for years to release their pain in a sweetening of the emotions and an overall softening of who they are. She is so gentle and exquisite, and she is truly a dragon fae, precious and fragile, yet so strong in her willingness to assist others. Assist her by releasing your tears, taking in the gift of water, and allowing your life to flow naturally. So it says this thing that people, she's often known as an angel. Well, she is both. Dragons are of the angelic realm. So I'm just going to throw that in here right now. I do mention that a lot because it's not something most people are aware of. The dragons are of the angelic realm, but they move between the realms, like the Fae realm, and work with the Fae. Okay, moving on. Divinatory meanings for Andel. feeling deep sadness, having trouble expressing sadness and emotions to others, judging emotions as negative and denying them, refusing to cry, not drinking enough pure water, you're dehydrated, dry quality to life, judging tears and emotions as weak, learning to let go, needing to connect more to the element of water and its flow, feeling stuck, misjudged. A close friend will provide help and nurturing. So those are the divinatory meanings. So something that's really just sticking out again here is just, you may be feeling just this melancholy sadness and feel like, oh, this is like, I'm just sad for no particular reason. You may not have an actual pinpointed thing on it. So you're being guided to sit in meditation and let it come to you what this is about. Because if you're feeling some kind of sadness in any way, a longing, some of us may be feeling this, like you miss somebody, but you don't even know who that is, kind of thing. And if that's happening, then it's definitely a soulmate / twin flame connection that you've been tapping into. That's also what this time, this 9.9 gate, the September gate is all about as well, is really connecting on a soul-based level, energetically, with our soul family. So friends and soul family can be soulmates, or for those of us who have twin flames that are incarnate, and there are a lot less people who actually have twin flames than it's been exploited to be and sound like and be like to people. So there's a lot less twin flame possibilities that are even a possibility, much less for those people to actually like get there. So, but this is one of the steps, whether these people have met or not, or just know of each other, or barely known each other, or have some kind of feeling in the astral when you wake up in the morning, because that's the only time when we're sleeping at the same time for those of us that are twins, the only time that we are able to get together outside of body is when we're sleeping. So a lot of times we wake up and we have this like instant sadness, I miss you kind of thing going on, but sometimes we don't even know who that is. For some people, they don't know who that is. Or it could be like you do and you don't. It could be really weird. It's complicated, but that is definitely something that happens. And so a lot of people don't even know what that is, and they'll just have this depressed feeling all day, and they don't know how to take care of it because there's nothing that they can really do besides understanding what it is. And a lot of times that's what it is. Whether you know of that person or not, again. So this could be, you don't even know this person, you've never met this person, but you have this sense, especially when you wake up, that you're just like in this melancholy missing kind of person, like when you do have a person and they're not around, and you do wake up and you go, oh, they're not around, and you miss them. Same thing, except for there isn't a person, and maybe you've never met them, or you don't know who they are, but you know that they're out there. So it could be really, really weird because you actually do know them and you're spending time with them in astral. So there you go. So it could be that this like generalized mild depression. It could even be a little bit of anxiety. You might even be getting heart palpitations at different times during the day, like where your heart is like beating fast, like for a little bit, and then you feel kind of tired, and you get like these like erratic heartbeat things. That is, or I mean, I'm not making a diagnosis clear across the board here, you guys, so disclaimer on that, but it is very likely that you are calibrating with Gaia and your twin flame, if you are a twin flame. Okay. So, and again, if you are confused if somebody's your twin flame, You can see me for a session about this. I do, and I can identify twins versus soulmates and help you with that if that's something that you need. And again, a lot of people have been led to believe, unfortunately, that everybody has a twin flame, and that is absolutely not true. Okay? I'm going to say it again. I've been saying this for nearly a year now, or over a year now. I can't even remember. Nearly a year now. That since I came into this understanding, since I became more and more online with myself and divine union and all this stuff, that the twin flame union is a small percentage of us who have reincarnated. We have to have gone through into a certain level on many facets on different sides to be able to even to get to a point to get into body to have that going on, and then go through the rigors to get there here. We don't waste possibilities for soulmate unions for people who are much more ready for that type of relationship and those types of co-missions than the missions of twin flames. The twin flame mission is much more advanced, much more rigorous, much more difficult, much less romantic, much more confusing, much more multifaceted, and did I say difficult? Than the soulmate union. So at this time, in these lives that we're currently in, there's way more soulmates possibilities. So that means that for each one of you, you have multiple soulmates that you can couple up with, because you've had relationships with these people incarnate over different lifetimes, or over, the same lifetimes, depending on, what's going on. So, whereas the twin flame, normally that's one side in astral and one side here incarnate. So anytime you need to connect in that way, they're always there with you, instead of both of you incarnate at the same time and not getting to connect in that way in the physical at all until you literally meet up. So there's always this thing that's not there for you that seems there for other people, because your twin is incarnate at the same time as you. And there's, like I said, that doesn't happen very often. It needs to be particular lifetimes where it's warranted to do this. And it's actually pretty dangerous, because a lot of these people have a very, very difficult time, because we carry a different frequency and resonance that is really, really obvious and juicy to the dark ones, to the dark side and dark energy. So we're targeted even more so than people who are not twin flames. So the odds are really, really stacked against us. I mean, these are twin flame unions, real true twin flame unions, are people who have lived the hardest of lives by themselves and then eventually meet up. They usually have at least a 10-year age gap, or they're like born on the same day. It's like crazy, but they're just way more, it's just a different beast, you guys. And I really, really wish that this whole fallacy that everybody has a twin flame and that's this big thing. And I mean, there's people who very specifically make their living as, making sure everybody knows that everybody has a twin flame, and they do twin flame readings and twin flame this and twin flame that, like everybody has one, and they don't. And it just confuses these people and it's a really dark thing, because people focus on things that aren't even in a person who in a certain way, in a certain light, and maybe they're a soulmate that you're not meant to be with, but you're super, super connected to them because they're a soulmate. You've lived lives with them. You've had relationships with them. You are super close to them. So it's confusing. Whereas like a twin flame, it's almost this aversion to them in some ways at first. uncomfortable thing. So people get confused with that. People get confused with a lot of things. But anyway, moving on, you guys. Okay. Working with Andel. You will know when Andel is with you, as you will feel an urge to cry, to release your tears after you do so. Oh, did I already read this? No, I didn't. I don't think so. Okay. Sorry. You will know when Andel is with you, as you will feel an urge to cry, to release your tears. After you do so, you will feel softer, lighter, more open, and much more relaxed. Allow her to guide you to a sacred body of water, even if this is your bath. As you enter the water, see your pains and sorrows literally being washed gently away by Andel, as a mother would bathe her child and tend to their hurts. For you are her child, her sister, her beloved soul friend, and she cares for you now. Know that your sensitivity to pain is something that the world needs, and in time, this blessing will seem less like a curse. Do not become stuck in your pain. Express it gently and flow on. Andel is a being of exquisite sweetness, and her energy is deeply soothing and blessed. She will help you accept your emotional nature and not be overwhelmed by your own feelings. Okay. I promise not each of these are going to take 20-something minutes. But a lot of the stuff that I talked about already through here was stuff I was going to talk about at the end. So we got it out at the beginning. It was the stuff about the twin flames and all that stuff, because this is the 9.9 gate. And that is something big time that is going on right now. Okay, so moving on to the next card, you guys. It is Apolala. And that is card number 4. So we went from 24 to 4 now. And Apolala says, you are a peaceful being. Apolala speaks. When this card is drawn forth, a sense of peace and new depths of serenity become truths for you. Simply breathe deeply and learn that your peaceful nature can become a daily source of delight and courage, of strength and beauty. Peace is like a quiet glade within, a sacred grove to which you can go and belong. Take strength and draw nourishment from this place within you, and be sure to visit it daily. Practice acts of peace within your life. Be strong, be free, be blessed, and be at peace. When you come into this place daily, all around you will benefit. Do not mistake or confuse peace for inaction. Being a peaceful activist is one of the most dynamic and powerful choices a being can make in this world, now and ever. When all around you is drama and all within you feels in turmoil, go to that place and know the truth of your being is peace, is serenity, is blessed, and is free. About Apolala. Many legends say that Apolala was a convert to Buddhism, but the truth is that the Buddha and the Dragonfey wisdom keeper Apolala shared many feelings, beliefs, and discussions, and the Buddha learned as much from the loving, compassionate heart of Apolala as Apolala did from the wide open eyes of Buddha. Apolala encourages you to take part in discussions about peace and will support you in finding ways to promote peace on personal, practical, and global levels. You may be interested in speaking with people who live a monastic life when this card is drawn. I wanted to say a different word so bad. This card can also indicate that you have already experienced other lifetimes as a member of a Buddhist temple or monastery. Investigate this connection, but most of all, take care to be loving, peaceful, and harmonious in the present moment. Remember, the Buddha loves laughter too. Divinatory meetings. You are a peaceful being, bringing more peace into your life. You may be wishing for more peace and for conflict on a personal and global scale to be done with. Please do not put your energy into fighting war. Instead, create peaceful moments wherever possible. This does not mean that you need to be weak or passive, but instead choose to draw incredible strength and do not waver from your choice to bring in more peace. Know that your conversations about peace and beliefs are bringing about change. People may have also told you lies about peaceful ways of meaning. People may have also told you lies about peaceful ways, meaning a lack of strength. This is not so. Choose to be stronger, more peaceful, and watch harmony and joy flower in your life. Working with Apollo. Invite peace into your life by choosing to work with people and beings whose beliefs are aligned with yours and who are held with integrity. Understand that the conflict around you is the result of people attempting to control each other's hearts and minds and futures. Apollo teaches us that the here and now, when tended with love, creates exciting and peaceful outcomes for us all. Okay, let's see. Well, I know just for me personally, when I was reading this, I'm not going to get into the details of what I was being shown was an example in my own life, but recently I was in a situation where I could have pushed back when I was being pushed on, let's just say that, and maybe in another space and place and time I would have. But in that place and space and time where I was at, I didn't have a hard time with that at all. It was actually a bit later when I thought about it, and I thought, yeah, I was so centered and in flow and in balance and peaceful within myself that none of the push that was coming at me affected me to push back and create a disharmony or a situation that was negative when I could have. But I didn't feel it like even it looked maybe on the outside, until I, just really pulled it apart and then took a look at it, because yeah, it was just one of those things. So you'll know that this whole peace thing and you are at peace is definitely more a part of your life when you start to realize and recognize within yourself that you are, you're not reacting like you used to. You are at peace. You do have that feeling inside of you. Okay, moving on, you guys. The Green Lady of Y Drag Gok. Chosen One. Okay, and this is another 4 card. This is card number 14. 24, 4, and 14 came out in a row yesterday, you guys. So 4, 5, and 6 if we're doing numerology and adding those together. Okay, so here we go. The Green Lady. I hereby declare that the future of the planet and its green spaces over which I preside are in your hands, Earth Child. Yes, your hands. Do not deny or defy this, as you will have within you all that is needed to create a better place for us all. I now ask you to take a look around the wild things of your environment and to purposefully bring to birth the green world again. With each breath out and each breath in, the forest and you keep breathing together. You are breathing in what the tree beings no longer need, and what you breathe out, these tree beings take in. Can you not see the perfection in this? Please understand that no matter how small your part may feel, you are in deed and word and in energy a chosen one of the green world. I, who am of the secret forest of the heart, know that every small planting you take and make will bring to birth more beings. I am within each forest and its very heart, and my heart grows lighter as you plant the seeds of my forest future. Undertake to create more of this green world today, and know that you and I are one. Though our origins may be vastly separate in time and space, we are one, we live as one, and know as one, and this green world is our serenity and bliss on this planet. I love you and will remember you and tell your tale to my kin, so we can all be peacefully together again. You are so precious. You are beloved. About the Green Lady. The Green Lady is about true health. She governs even the health of the most minute of beings, and of the groves and forests, and of the waterways and hidden places, from mountain to desert. Thus she is the healer of Gaia, and never has her work been so arduous, and never has she gone on for so long with so little rest. This is why she now points to you. Take on some of her responsibility, ease her burden, and become a part of the planet's healing. But please do so in both an active and an energetic way. She points to you because your health is precious to her, inextricably bound in Gaia's own health. Awaken your own health consciousness and exercise, eat, and play well. Consciously become a collaborator in the planet's well-being. Conspire to create health wherever you are, and know that you have a part to play. She is the wide Drakgach, the renowned dragon fae of British legend, the very symbol of Wales. Divinatory meanings. Environmental concerns will soon be of meaning to you in a very personal on a very personal level. Taken from the pages of newspapers and media reports, something close to home will alert you to the risks we run with Gaia's health. And you will decide to become a person who actively brings about well-being and goodness, rather than destruction and wanton materialism. You may wish to become active in your own way and devote some energy in the form of time and money to a cause. Please reduce the energy you burn and support carbon-neutral programs. Working with the Green Lady. When this card comes up, spend time with the energy and beings of the trees, the old and wise ones of the planet, and please plant a new tree and nurture its growth. Health concerns for your own may come up with this card. If so, nature will bring you solace and healing, but know that we are all a part of the web of life, and that Earth's healing and your own are symbiotic. Care for each other, breathe sweet air, and tread lightly on the earth. Your empathic powers may be reaching new heights. Take time to be with the trees. They will calm you and ease the bombardment of auric energy you may be experiencing. Okay. So one thing that came to me during this reading was when she talks about your health and needing you to work in a physical and energetic way. She's very specifically talking about the type of work that we do here when we're in astral, when we're doing astral meditations, when we're working directly with Gaia, when I'm channeling her and she's talking to us and she's giving us messages and she's taking us places that we would never go without her taking us there. This is what she's talking about. So she's pointing at us, she's pointing at me, she's saying you are taking people to these places, and the more people that come, the better we all are, the healthier we all are. Something that we say when I do my private healing sessions is when we heal one, we heal all. As we're healing that one person, we're healing all of Gaia. Anybody that works with me and we do our healings, you're an anchor of this energy and working with Gaia forever and ever. And you have that connection with her, and that is infused and rejuvenated in that space. And so she's just, this is coming through for all of us, for me, for my own personal message, for you guys too. Your connections are deepening with Gaia. We are being called to action, and we have been called to action for over a year now. Those of us who are very, very specifically working directly with Gaia and feel so close to her, and this kinship and this need to create with her, whether it's in our garden or art or using nature to inspire us, working with animals, working with humans. We're all part of nature. We all are a part of nature, and Gaia is a part of us all. So Do what she says, and please go into nature more. Go into water, like Andel said. Go to the trees. If you can combine these two, even better. If you're not in the mountains, get there. Trust me, it's beautiful. Okay, moving on. The Dragon Fae Goddess Tiamat, you are stronger than you think. Card number 15, so we had 14 and 15 in a row here. Tiamat says, I know who you are. I know the good of you, the multiplicity of you, and the incredible richness of you. I know what you have survived. I know what great lies have been told. I know how hard the path has been, how deep the despair, how savage the untruths. I am here to help you restore your own sense of glory, your own truth, your own shining self. The truth is that you are all things and all beings. You are magnificent, and truthfully, heaven is your mother, and earth is your mother, the sea is your mother. The fire of creation is yours too. You are all of these things, star being, dragonkin, sea creature, earth dweller, and forest child. You are sea and salt and wood and stone, and you are grander and more magnificent than words or thoughts can tell you of. Know that these things... Sorry, hold on. Oh, God. Dragons are really coming through hard, you guys. Know that these different parts of yourself naturally can dwell together, that there need not to be war within. No conflict, no refusal to acknowledge all of who you are. I am here to tell you that soon you will come to understand the whole of who you are, and there is no evil or darkness within you, only instinct and truth, all of which is right and innocent. Grow and begin to feel more secure in the truth of who you are, that who you are is timeless, ageless, and has wisdom from far beyond this lifetime and far beyond this planet. The truth of who you are is beyond all of our imaginings, because you are vast, powerful, and wondrous. I, who am the mother of this earth, tell you so, and know you to be so. You are me, and I am you, and your capacity to become who you feel within you. And your capacity to become who you truly are is now a possibility. Do not be frightened by the power you feel within you. Know that this power is to be used for good, to assist, to love, and to create. You are an amazing galactic being, an earthly, sensual being, a glorious body and soul intertwined. I'm going to get it together, guys. I am here to let you know that you are eternal, beyond time, beyond space, beyond form. You are. And I'm here to show to you that who you are is of value to us, of the stars, of the sea, of the land. We support you and we love you always. About Tiamat, also known as Tiamat. In the beginning, there was only one being. She was all things and nothing. She was the creator of all, and yet known by no one. She was alone, and yet without her we would have no existence. She is Tiamat, a being who is at once galactic, crystalline, merciful, and dragon fae. She is the ancient primordial mother of us all, known to the Sumerians as the mother whose body formed the earth and the galaxies. Her story is one of female, all-powerful light mother who survived the attempt to destroy her. She is Atlantean, galactic, and angelic in form. And her understanding and ancient wisdom is profound. Tiamat is truly a being from beyond the stars. Her energy is beyond that of individualized energy. And when we have this card show up in our lives, we know we are being connected with her in profound and radiant ways. She is here to remind us of our very nature, the roots of our existence, the atoms of our being. Through her, all Through her all-beingness, she shows us the real possibility of unity. And through her survival and her destruction, she shows us that we are indeed eternal and that life is cyclic. She is associated with a galactic empire known as the Arcadia, a Sumerian dynasty of 25 BCE. The Arcadians greatly venerated and respected Tiamat. Her energy can be almost overwhelming, but she is such a strong, super protective mother being that she knows that any seeming destruction we experience can be recreated. Thus, she is especially significant during this time of climactic earth change. She brought to this beautiful planet the knowledge of building pyramids and ziggurats. She was said to have been sacrificed upon a ziggurat during the battle to take her from the tablet of destinies, but this was truly the place of her reformation and recreation. Divinatory meanings. The knowledge of the eternal nature of the soul. Be aware of your own soul's journey through time and space. Be aware that you are made up of galactic star material, earthly materials, of the ocean, and of fire. A time when others say things about you that are not only untrue, they are inspired by their own fear. Soon you will have recognition and kind of a rebirth. You will realize that you are a strong warrior, a being whose spirit can never be vanquished, just as your complexity and brilliance can never be fully captured in words or images. Go on and recreate your life from this ending that seems hard to bear. You can go on to create and will have beauty, genius, wisdom, and grace in it. You may face challenges in finding a home, or a construction or dwelling may not be going to plan. Build on and know that your plans will reach fruition for generations to come. Astrology, astronomy, and the science of the stars are something you should investigate. Working with Tiamat. Build something for you now and for the generations to come. Consider the legacy you wish to leave for your descendants and for the planet, and work from this place. Surround yourself with people who share your values and insights, and learn more about what it is that you can do to stop others from being persecuted. Know that no matter what appears to have happened, and no matter how tragic or disastrous it may seem to be, you are in fact strong enough to not only cope, but to transcend the circumstances and rise again. You are greater than those who have hurt you, and you no longer need to live with fear. You will soon be free, washed clean, and reborn to yourself. Never underestimate your own strength. Just quietly begin to build again. Okay. Another really powerful divine feminine aspect coming to us. And really another aspect talking to us about divine union. Really, truly, all of these cards are talking about knowing ourselves, the truth of ourselves, who we really are, and how to connect, and how Mother Gaia is with us. We have two of these very strong, powerful facets coming at us with the Green Lady and with the Dragon Fae Goddess Tiamat. So she's also saying, hold on a second here. She's also saying that symbolism, symbols and symbolism is something to look into now. If you can please pay more attention to symbols like triangles or diamonds, pillars, just ancient symbols, different symbols that may come and just kind of investigate those things. This will help. This is also kind of like a sacred geometry thing. So start spending some more time with sacred geometry if you don't have any sacred geometry, or even Mandelbrot set images around you in your environment to please get some. Okay, and then crystals. Through this portal, I'm seeing a few things here. Okay, so we're going to want to work more with just clear crystal quartz points if we have them. Rose quartz. We're going to need to we're going to be more sensitive. We're going to need to feel just more comfort. So rose quartz is fantastic for that. Amethyst is going to help transmute negative energy. It absorbs negative energy out of your body. So lay down with some amethyst on top of your chakras, absorb some negative energy, hold on to rose quartz, and have the crystal quartz around you. I'm seeing this really clearly. We may even get into this later with astral. So a lot more work with the elements, you guys. If we're looking at this in a full picture, we've been talking about water. So we talked about water, we talked about earth and trees, and now T-Med is coming to me with very specific images of crystals and us working with crystals with our physical body and our energetic body. So we're going to get into more of that later on in the live. Okay, and our last card, you guys, last but not least, no jokes, swear to you. This is the card that came up for today, the very last card that I got last night, which is card number 37, Gaia's Dragon, Divine Union. So let me get to that here real quick. And was I surprised to see Divine Union? No, I was not at all. Gaia's Dragon or Divine Union pop up during and right for this 9/9 date? Absolutely, positively not. Dragons have been really super active. We're getting more in balance. We're working more with the divine feminine and masculine. We're coming into, in all of these cards, talking about who we truly are, and that truly is what Divine Union is about. I do have videos on my channel about that. Look towards January. Okay, there's these videos I did, I think a 2 or 3-parter about Divine Union, and it was very specifically where the idea can be Divine Union is finding your soulmate or your twin soul, and before you get there, you need to have Divine Union for yourself. So let's get into this with Gaia's Dragon. Gaia and her dragon speak. Hear our voices, male and female, coiling through and around each other as we speak as one. We are Gaia and her dragon, and we are one being, though separate, just as your divine union will be. Think of the beauty of love making. Sorry. My eyes are really messed up, and so I'm having a hard time reading with my glasses or without my glasses. This also comes with ascension and integration with your higher self and connecting with divine union aspects and partners in the ether and energetically. It's totally a heart, brain, soul connection with the third eye and as well, and that directly affects our eyesight. So if your eyesight's been acting up at all lately, you guys, definitely a thing. All right, let me start over here as I've been having a really hard time. I take my glasses off and put them on just because either way it's difficult. Okay, here we go. Think of the beauty of love making with a partner, the harmony and balance, the yielding and the chase, that which we represent through our perfect union is, that which we represent through our perfect union is the divine marriage, this blissful soulmate experience that so many beings long for. Wow. Sorry, guys. I'm going to try that again. Think of the beauty of love making with a partner, the harmony and balance, the yielding and the chase, that which we represent through our perfect union is the divine marriage, the blissful soulmate experience that so many beings long for. True marriage does not mean becoming the same being. Look at how apparently different we are. Yet, within that is protection and care, fertility and new growth, heaven and earth joined together. In the sky the same as the earth you walk on. Is the sky the same as the earth you walk on? No. But look at their harmonious relationship. In exactly the same way, your divine union will not be with one who is the same as you, but you will even when brought into divine marriage and perfect balance, provide each other with a home and unity and love, and you will bring out what is best within and without the other. The dragon loves and protects Gaia. Gaia adores her dragon, who is the heavens, and will bring forth new life as a result of this union. You are loved and have on this planet and within the celestial realm the perfect and divine partner. Beyond history, past lives, and future lives lies this divine union. It is and will be yours. About Gaia and her dragon. Gaia is the reproductive goddess energy of this planet, and her dragon is the cosmos, the atmospheric, the celestial energy within each she interacts and dwells. Each needs the other to be, not to survive, but to be. And she and he are in divine accord and union and represent the marriage of heaven and earth. She is the cycles of the planet. He is the seasons of the universe. Together they create the new world and new life and bring about hope. Their love for each other is truly divine, steady, constant, with harmonious and different energies blending beautifully together. Theirs is a peaceful and passionate love, and to each other they are eternally true. Divinatory meanings. Bringing into balance matters of the earth and matters of the heavens, balance of the celestial and terrestrial, union between man and woman, beloved child, pregnancy, fertility, creations coming to fruition, meeting true lovers who are faithful, caring, and protective, understanding your own sexual nature and being free to be who you are, balance of masculine and feminine in your world. Working with Gaia and her dragon. Bring to your life your innate gift for relationships. Ask Gaia and her dragon for their assistance in allowing each person in a relationship to be fully themselves and yet be in perfect relationship with each other. Know that your relationship can also be true, steadfast, and sacred, and that integrity in relationship is valued, prized, and to be kept sacred. Gaia will assist you in bringing forth ideas, even children, and can be considered a wonderful goddess and to call upon for fertility. Her dragon will assist in calling forth male beings who are honorable, trustworthy, strong, and passionate. He is able to care for and protect without ever attempting to mute her power and creativity. Such partnerships can exist for you too, if you allow them into your life with Gaia and her dragon's help. And at 11:45 a.m. in the Pacific, I am going to say thank you so much for listening to all of these beautiful dragons, ending with the two most important ones that we can possibly connect with today, Gaia and her dragon, working in partnership and balance with the divine masculine and feminine, working with us individually, collectively, working with us in this and every portal, every single day, every single moment of our lives, so we can come together, know who we are honestly and truthfully and authentically in love, always and forever. Again, thanks for being here, you guys. I really appreciate your time. We are approaching, we're just past an hour, so thanks again, you guys, for listening to this, for getting these messages, for receiving them. I hope they resonated with you. I hope you can see the power in them. and why they came to us for this very special time. If you have any questions, please ask away. I do appreciate any comments, likes, shares, and subscribes. I will see you later today at 5:30 for the first part of our Stargate event, and then we will get into the astral directly after that. Until then, you guys, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I love you very much. Infinite love and blessings. Don't forget, the key is to create, and I love you already. Bye, guys.